Monster kill!
Battle begins.
Journeyman pick is actually surprising. This hero's, I always see this hero and I kind of want to pick it. It looks really good. You'll see the disruption's good or the purge is really good, but his laning's really weak almost every game, and it's really scary for teams to kind of feel confident enough to pick it for the lanes.
It kind of reminds me of the support version of like mid Lena, where like when the game's going really well, it looks so awesome, and you're keeping your stacks up and you're throwing out all your damage, you're totally owning everyone. I feel like that when I play Shadow Demon, when I get like disruption save, soul catcher, and then I'm like stacking poisons at the same time, and then I actually hit my purge. But if you just get clipped like one time or you miss one save, it's pretty sad.
And you start feeling like you're just feeding constantly. But again, as you guys mentioned, a lot of good combos that they can run together with this. And I feel like at some point somebody just needs to stop him from playing Razor, right? Like,
yeah.
What the hell? Collapse keeps getting it. Saw it banned out in the first phase, so we got to the middle of the tournament, but it's just come back. I mean, do you think that Razor is just this good? Like, do you think it's a bit of a danger laying it through?
Collapse does. He already has a Midas queued up. He's got plans for this game.
He's worried about his lane.
Yeah, we're going places,
Aster's all on the cliff with the hook.
I can't quite connect.
Can't hit every hook. You miss everyone you don't throw.
That's right. Or sometimes the one you do throw.
That's true too. As they will trade off the bounty runes, it looks like 2 apiece yet again, and 0% win rate on Radiant apparently for Shadow Demon. I guess that's kind of easy when there's only been 2 picks. But Gunnar, are there any lanes in particular that you're really concerned about? You'd already mentioned the danger in the mid lane with the Pudge Puck.
The Razor lane, I think actually, it can go really bad for the Razor because he can't kill these illusions really easily. The Shadow Demons kill illusions. And Naga in these lanes where the illusions don't die can kind of crush the lanes. And I also think this is a matchup that can get really hard for all the cores actually of Spirit if Naga gets a good game. And he has both of these cores actually have really weak laning supports. They have a Phoenix on one side and a Shadow Demon on the other.
Yeah.
So it'll honestly go up to these cores and you can already see the pressure of these illusions. And the body block too.
Oh my god. Chasing him down, man. Collapse. Maybe this is the answer.
We knew he was good on the Naga.
Oh,
damn.
Monet. Must be the Monet.
Yeah.
All right, I'm done. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty bad. All right, well, Mira, we're just going to move on from that. He had the one play there with the attempted copying of the Naga illusions to get something for them, and then grabs the wave, pulls it through the small camp while blocking the big camp as well. So full denial there of the units for the pull, and does get the wave behind the tower at the very least.
Yeah, this is one of those lanes. I can even see Monet getting like an early point in net, maybe at 3 or 4, and they're just going to keep pressuring this Razor. The Shadow Demon won't really ever peel, kind of push this Naga off of him. The Phoenix is going to be able to play his game as well with no pressure on him, so this lane might start snowballing, especially after that first blood.
And as you were saying in the draft phase, too, this idea of the Chen and the Terrorblade up top trying to help out his lane. They go for a toss play on Maposhka, but the meta will zone them back.
I think this top lane is pretty much just going to be if he's meta, they're going to win the lane, and then if he's not meta, he'll slightly lose or go even, and then the DP is just going to end up hoping for a rotation for the tower. But I don't think either side should be sat top. They should both be happy.
And Mira pulls this wave back behind the tower, trying to dodge away from these spirits coming from Siamese Cat. And this is kind of feeling like the way that they're going to go with it. As soon as that first blood came out, Team Spirit just said, screw this lane, we're just going to pull behind the tower.
Yeah, and you can see in the mid lane here, you were actually mentioning this earlier about the Pudge. He goes towards the water rune. He has a ward on the camp there, so he can actually just see the camp, and he's able to just like hook the creeps on his way over there for Ori. So nice start for a mid laner.
Yeah, the ward's really important because it lets you, if there's the camps with 2 different ones, a big and a small, you'll always hit the big. Because if you hit the small, or sometimes you'll miss the camp completely, and that's really bad. So
you really hope they're not looking mid when that happens, huh?
Yeah, if you miss hooks on stationary targets, that's when it starts getting a little worried that your team's like, are we sure we picked Pudge for this guy? Was this a good idea?
Well, Ori, so far, he's nailing those hooks, except for that first one. We just won't even think about that anymore. 18-3 on that Pudge versus the 12-3 on the Puck. And down bottom, Collapse steps back into lane to put some pressure onto this Phoenix, as Naga already doing pretty well herself in that lane against the Razor, almost doubling up in CS.
And something I also think is cool is Yatara went for this bracer on Terrorblade that we've been seeing really often. I think it's really cool. It gives him HP in the lane where this Terrorblade hero has really high armor and he has good regen, but his HP pool is really low. So these carry players have started buying bracer, and it ends up being really high value because they don't really buy small items. The smallest item they'll buy is just this one Dragonlance. So they end up buying, Scotty and Manta, all these 4,000 gold items. So they'll always have this one empty slot. So when you put there an Abraser, it's going to get to 25 minutes. It's going to double in value, and you're just going to be really happy for the whole game.
Yeah, combining that with a stick as well, plus having a Chen nearby. Just a lot of nice benefits there for him.
This also new heal creep is actually kind of replaces the old Chen. It gives a healing amp %. So this Terrorblade's going to have kind of low pressure on him, and he'll just kind of free farm until he wants to go jungle, if even.
So you can cast the heal too. It's like 115 or something like that?
Yeah, 100 with the,
Yeah, with the bonus, yes, of course.
I can do math. Hey,
there. Well done.
NA math, we're good. Yadro going to try and come up there and pressure onto XXS a bit. But you can see that you're kind of left alone now. They can't really do too many of these toss-back plays when you can just constantly heal them back up. They're not burning him down, but on the other side, down bottom, they are burning down that Phoenix. Has to use the dive to get away and doesn't manage to find another stack of that poison touch there.
Yeah, Monet's got this point in snare.
Sorry, mid lane Ori just went for the hook on Toronto Tokyo and it was close. He had to phase shifted.
I haven't seen that before. That's cool.
This matchup's really scary. He's also level 6 now, so if he got the hook, maybe he gets that creep blasted and actually gets the kill.
Yeah, level 6. From grabbing some of these neutrals, now goes over there as well to grab that Centaur once more.
What a great hero.
You'd love to see it. We all want the Pudge nearby. It's going to clear this camp before level 5, or minute 5 as well, so get the respawn.
Down bottom, the banish on Monet takes a point in that net.
Or he's running.
And can they get there to set up a kill onto Collapse? Doesn't look like it.
Tiny has rotated to the bot lane, though. He TP'd, so they're kind of hoping for a net into maybe a tossback on the Razor. This DP doesn't need help top, so he's just going to be fine, and they're going to go for pressure on bot.
And they had that ward nearby in the Radiant jungle as well, so it did spot that movement from Ori.
Collapse. They have it. The Avalanche, but the banish to stop the tossback, but the net is there for round 2, and they make sure they find the right side of him. Don't even need the toss. So good rotation, and they didn't punish that Death Prophet up on the top side of the map.
That's so important for Bovica too, because like when you're dealing with these passive lanes, it can be very frustrating as a 4, obviously, because you feel like there's nothing you can do. So when you make that big rotation all the way down there and actually get the kill, it's huge.
And look at Collapse. He has this Midas still. He's going for it.
Yeah.
He bought the Gloves of Haste. He's ready. No boots, no anything. Is this the kind of thing where you go, if you see this in the pub, you get worried?
Oh,
Your off-laners rushing a Midas?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, okay? As an off-lane player myself, let me tell you, it was all planned. You had it known from the beginning.
It'll all be for the best.
The thing I'm more concerned of is this Tiny goes bot and kills him again without no TP.
Well, they're looking.
Oh, there's so much vision.
Oh, there are all the creeps. Collapse, gotta run away. Links up, but the dive to break it, and okay, yep, that one hurt. That one hurt a little bit. This Collapse drops down.
Naga pick already looking really strong. It's
Mira?
just really good in these lanes.
Toss onto that as well. But the Shadow Demon getting a little bit of separation, still has the disruption. And I think Mira gets out of this one.
Yeah, it's, you know, Mane saw he was going to miss at least one last hit, so.
Right,
Pudge.
exactly.
Pudge is walking over. He's going to have a hook.
All right, hi, never mind. Want to get in range for the flesh heap. Mira moves on it, the hook. Oh, he dodges it. Mira actually gets out of here. Has stick charges, tries to move in, stick charge to survive. But Mira will eventually go down.
No flesh heap for the Pudge yet. He's still just kind of farming away on his own. He's going to go rush a Hood, which is a little interesting. I think there's not much magic damage coming from the side of Spirit. He's mostly going to die to this Razor and the Terrorblade throughout the game, but he's probably buying it more so for himself, for his rot damage, obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just too much value there, I guess. But yeah, that is a little bit of a downside when it doesn't work out for that secondary value for you as well.
Yeah, a lot of Pudges these days go for Vanguard because it actually stacks additively with the Flesh Heap. So it ends up blocking 100 damage every single attack.
That's right, yeah. It's not like Tidehunter, which I think a lot of people would assume, where like there's that block value, but it doesn't work the same way.
It's because it blocks after reductions, so it's really powerful spell.
They needed to find a way to make him good, and it's been a little bit.
We're getting there. One step at a time.
I mean, he looks pretty freaking good this tournament, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Pudge is looking solid.
I mean, he does have one problem, though, because Gunnar was saying during draft that, you know, they picked this Terrorblade, it was looking like a good Scotty game, and then the Pudge gets picked after as well. So certainly something that most Pudge players are rather worried about these days.
The Saw up there as they move into the mid lane. Toss, dismember, Mira moves in for the disruption. Offers to take it over onto the puck, gets the jaunt away, and the rotation in. Toronto Tokyo gets the regen rune. They're
Remember
fine.
when they gave Puck another mobility skill? That was crazy.
They gave Ursa a mobility spell, Zeus.
Yeah, you know, just
It's just for fun.
with a regen rune to boot.
What could go wrong?
Collapse still working on the Midas. No boots. He's really going for it. I'm surprised. I thought he was going to buy these boots and actually be able to lane.
I thought it was maybe converted into treads kind of sadly at some point, but he's committed.
I mean, on this side, Monet is buying a Midas, so he'll get away with it.
It feels like it's the flavor of
Very
the patch
players,
right now. As they chase down XXS, and with that Metamorphosis and the rotation from Toronto Tokyo, it's enough for the kill.
Yeah, that Penitence punished there with not even needing to use the coil as well. So Toronto Tokyo can get right back out on the map.
They might walk into the Pudge and the Tiny, which will just instantly kill the Puck or the Chen.
They find one, the silence. Toss, and Ori is there for the dismember. Does he have enough to survive through this? The shot and the coil as he headed out. Toronto Tokyo keeping them in place with the rotation in from
the
Nataro. Can they do it?
Ghost?
The body blocks. They try and move him in. He's slowed down. Yo, Toronto Tokyo playing together with his man Maposhka. What a sick combo.
Looks like in the bottom lane they also got a kill though. Managing to grab Mira with Picho there on the Phoenix, and coming towards that mid lane here and grabbing that small camp away from Team Spirit. Farming up some of these neutrals for the squad.
They also use, I think, the first EXO of the game. They're trying to take this mid tower. And I don't think they're going to get it. The Puck is already here. The Chen's here with these the Centaur, and he's probably going to have to back off really soon. There's no coil, so he's kind of fine. But if he gets gone on...
Maybe the Ghost will come after the Ghost. No, they just back away. Had the Centaur stomp, but a little bit too scary.
These first ults for these really big heroes like Dragon Knight or Death Prophet, where you kind of take a tower, and if you don't take the tower, they generally feel really bad. So he's going to have to slowly walk back top, accept his fate laning versus Terrorblade, getting out farmed by everyone. And they're going to have to play for this next EXO, which is going to be 100 seconds from now.
Yeah, and that's with the catapults coming out mid as well. So obviously having that hook there, we're talking about that. But
Whoa, disruption. Egg about to burst, and it gets him the stun on the back side of it. Toronto Tokyo does go for the jaunt away. The stick charge is keeping him alive there. Mira burning down to the Phoenix. And in the meantime, Ori moves over to get the catch with the hook. They jump back to the Phoenix, and that time is going to be enough for the kill. There is still this huge stack here, and somebody's going to need to clear through that at some point. It looks like Collapse is trying to make it happen.
well, that's juicy.
That is a lot of gold. Maybe enough to finish his Midas? See, Collapse already has it done. There it is. So they clear through the whole stack, and Team Spirit getting their feet back under him after a rough couple of minutes that they had.
I think they're mostly playing for this Puck Witchblade. That's a really big timing for this hero. That's kind of how this hero gets all his damage, gets all the slow. And the scariest thing, and or their biggest move, is going to be kicking this Naga to bot. If they're not able to secure this tower, secure this jungle, the Naga's just going to start skyrocketing.
In your mid-player opinion, if they just removed Witchblade right after this game, is Puck balanced?
Yeah.
That's it?
Really?
Well,
All right.
I think it's more the Octarine Core.
Okay.
Yeah, once he gets Octarine Core, the hero
That's the real growth.
That's when the hero becomes broken.
Yeah, okay.
Before, it's kind of more annoying. You get sad, you won't try to stun him. he
It's
dodges your
acceptable
stuns.
broken.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like, it's sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad, but the Octarine Core makes it broken.
Okay. Just sad.
It's okay to be sad.
That's true.
We had the sniper patch,
This is
the
such,
troll sniper. We had,
this is some good
You
philosophy
get through it,
coming
you know?
out from
If
you.
you're never sad, when do you know when you're happy?
Look at us.
you need lows for highs.
That's true. That's the Bob Ross right there.
That's the NA Dota player mentality right there.
I got it from my pubs.
There you go.
that's-
I love
You'd be
that.
surprised.
You mean the highs, right?
Yeah, exactly. Surely. DD picked up for Pudge now as Monet pressuring down bottom. Another Midas in hand. And
Side
towards
smoke
it
from the
again.
Spirit. They're going to try to smoke into this jungle and maybe find the Pudge. And if they don't, they're just going to wrap on the mid tower with the creeps.
Oh, good word.
They find him. The double stomp.
There's
ready to
Egg,
come
though.
out. Get him once. Get him twice. No. Ori just walks forward. Misses on the hook. The Hurricane pushes him back. Bobica tosses Mira forward into Ori. So another Flesh Heap stack.
Really nice rotation by Aster. They brought all 5 heroes. And normally you'd kind of feel bad that they smoke with only 3 heroes and you have to bring all 5, but the best part about this, their carries in the mid lane, he's taking the tower, and they're going to actually start pressuring the map, and this TP is going to probably get kicked out of top.
Yeah, the Radiant team flooding into that top half of the map. They still have the vision up ahead as well. Can go grab themselves a bounty rune here too, and the question is, where's Yadro gonna go?
Normally at this point in the game, this is where the Terrorblade wants to TP bot and try to pressure this tower, but since they don't have this tier 1 tower bot, it's going to take him a really long time. He's going to feel really awkward about going to this bot tower. They're going to have to do it
Yeah,
to
they have
open
to
up the
fight
map.
here.
They have to open up this map, but it just feels really awkward.
Yeah, it's a full HP tier 1 right now, and so sometimes it's also kind of scary to come down and defend that tower, obviously, if you don't necessarily know like the vision around there and how many heroes are going to be there from Spirit. But the question is, like, what can they gain in that same time frame on Aster, even if they don't come to defend?
And Toronto Tokyo just zoning out the Phoenix from coming to make the move over. So that does look like if they make a big rotation down bottom, it's going to have to be by virtue of TPs. Instead, they're pressuring up top.
He's just metaing that tower, so it is gone.
Yeah, Aster's not going to feel bad about losing this tower because they've already taken 3 towers if they get this top one. They'll feel a little bad about the Phoenix going down in their own jungle, but right now they're kind of controlling the map.
Yeah,
and
he knew what he was doing.
Yeah, once they get this top tower, that's when the gold lead will actually start shifting in their favor. They get this Naga on the enemy side of the map to start cutting waves.
The hook. Toronto Tokyo does have the jaunt away. Waited for the very last second there. And, the stomp! They waited for him! The Sentry Ward down, the Hurricane back in. Yo, Maposhka is sick. That was nicely played.
It's one of those things. They second phase the Chen in game 1. He kind of owns, and then the next game they up the priority. They pick him in the first phase. You know, maybe Aster was kind of confident they wouldn't pick it. They don't abandon him in the first phase, and now they're playing versus Chen again.
Listen, all I'll say is that I've caught several teams walking between the rooms, between games. I won't name any teams, but I have heard several times the phrase, okay, let's just not let them get Chen.
Yeah, let's just
I've heard that over and over from numerous teams.
It's a good hero. He's got his mech finished. I think it's running. It's going to him on courier. They're going to start grouping up. It's kind of hard for them to force these objectives. I think the Phoenix is one of the better heroes that this Pudge will stand in front and the Phoenix will egg on top, and it's kind of hard to take these heroes down. But Team Spirit might actually be able to win these team fights if they bring the Terrorblade. That's the important thing for me, is whether this Terrorblade is willing to get involved and when he'll get involved.
Well, for now at least, he is opting to keep that farm going in his own triangle as Aster is a bit on the hunt. Ori and Bobica trying to make some moves together. They almost have the Blink Dagger done on Pudge, and we saw earlier as well that ability to get that initial hook off with the Avalanche coming out. Still a little ways away from that one being completed, the Blink Dagger on Bobica.
Yeah, he's going to have to be the first jump for a little bit there on Ori.
So Aster move in onto these creeps, find one of those centers killed. He's trying to get his other center out with the Hurricane, but Chen losing a bit of his army there.
That always feels bad. Chen, whenever you kill his army, you feel really good. It kind of takes a minute away from their pressure because he has to go gather all his creeps. But Team Spirit, I think their really big time in this game is this Terrorblade Scotty. It's a ways away. He's still finishing his Dragonlance, so it's probably around 5,000 gold away still, or 6,000. But that's like, I would say that's close to their GG's timing. Like that's the closest they can get to being as powerful as they can.
And Bobica, he's going to run into that army again here. Might not get Maposhka.
Yeah, but as you said, that one hurts mechs, the creeps.
All right, good save.
And the deny.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if I've seen that.
The rest of the team will stay smoked up and keep pressuring up top, moving in towards where Monet is playing right now. Has that Manta, though, so feeling a bit more confident to go in here by himself and catch that net.
And waiting for it, gets the hook. Ori right on top. And losing collapse there definitely hurts.
He wants that net to get even stronger, currently queuing up that Aghanim Scepter versus a Puck.
Roche.
Straight into it.
I think Spirit's going to give this one up. They're going to try to make this for space for TB. Saying, you know, go push these lanes out, cut mid, cut bot, get your items, and we'll fight next stages.
And Shadow of the Demon players, they love this too, you know, because they just like to run around, get a little bit of farm on, you know.
Thankfully, these the first Aegis right now doesn't really matter too much. It's more of a farming Aegis. You'll kind of use it so that your hero that's farming gets to be aggressive in his farming. Especially this Naga, it's really hard to kill her once, let alone twice, because she'll just always get the song and TP off. So I think they're mostly going to use this, and they're going to hope for getting like a 2, 3, 4K gold lead in the next 5 minutes or so.
See if they can make that happen. Down bottom, they put some good pressure onto that tower, down to about half HP, and we'll see this dodge that constantly comes out from Team Spirit, but also they have better tools to make the dodge happen. Puck finishing off that Blink Dagger, and still able to make a little bit of that side lane pressure come out.
Yeah, they have 2 of the best heroes at that, which is Terrorblade and Chen. Because neither of them need to actually use their real hero to do this. The Terrorblade will create illusions, he'll just walk down lanes. The Chen can send his creeps. I don't think he's done it much this game, because there's a lot of threat of Pudge killing them, or Tiny killing them, or Naga killing them. But he has the ability to do it, and these lanes are always going to be in. I think Aster, unless he cuts the waves with Naga, everyone else is a little scared to do it because of the coil.
You can see the sort of thing you're talking about right there. Phoenix not willing to go out from under the tier 2 tower, even when these illusions are just beating away at it. Too afraid of getting caught and punished.
He's got lofty goals, you know. He's queuing up a potential scythe later on. Mira also wants to try and get Aghanims at some point.
TB might get caught, though.
They scan, they know. Vambrace on the ground, stops to pick it up, and he is in trouble. No way out, and Aster with a good read on this situation. Make the kill happen.
A really nice kind of smoke rotation. They know that the TB is kind of in this jungle, and that he wants to cut the waves, but top.
This is bad for him. The stomp is there, and Monet going to drop. That's Aegis down. On the bottom side, Mira is caught and likely going to die to Ori, but can they bring him down a second time? The silence, there's no song available. Manta had already been used. Monet gets hit by the stomp and brought down. Toronto Tokyo, Hand of God, the mech is there. Turns onto XXS. What was looking like a good series of events for Aster suddenly start to lose out a bit here. Maposhka won't manage to escape from the rotted Pudge, but they do find a key kill on that Aegis Naga.
Perhaps a bit too aggressive on the farming this time, with even the death on the Aegis not able to get any assistance there from the allies. I was a bit surprised at the damage that they had actually on the respawn.
It was, yeah, but at the same time, Team Spirit makes this really fast move when they see 3 heroes are on the enemy side of the map. Right? These 3 heroes, they go for this Terrorblade, and they know that the Naga has to be alone, so they make a really fast play. They catch the Naga probably off guard, because he thinks that if his team's off the map, that no one's going to go for him, but the second his heroes show, he gets gone on.
Well, Team Spirit making something out of nothing right there, and find a way to kind of even up the game a little bit at least. But gets the D ward there on that observer. Collapse gives the tip to Ori, says, yeah, no, hey, you saw me there. I was a little surprised that Ori didn't go for the full dismember.
Oh, nice hook there from Ori. Blinks forward to catch Mira.
And Bobaka on the top side getting chased down, so they lose Mira, but will they also bring it down the Tiny? Looks like the answer is yes. Can they get out as the rotations come top?
Man.
Monet looking. Collapse does not have a way. He does have a BKB. Gonna be forced to use it now. TP's out, but look at the damage! Oh!
That is the thing about Nagasara, man. You get caught, you just get put in the blender.
Also, speaking of this BKB, the Naga has an Aghanim Scepter now.
Yeah.
Countering this Razor BKB, the Terrorblade doesn't really want one, so it's mostly for this Razor, but the Razor is not really going to be able to play this game. He's going to get... There's 2 BKB piercing spells on Aster. There's the Pudge and there's the Naga now. Even the Egg, if it explodes.
It's actually so ridiculous, too. Like, 8-second cooldown on the net now at this point. Lasts for 5 seconds. That's pretty good.
I think a lot of people kind of value it when they... That's like one of the reasons they pick this Naga. It's picked versus these BKB heroes like Razor. I think it's actually pretty interesting that people haven't been picking it as much.
Yeah.
Even the Dawn with her like triple BKB with the Starbreaker and the real BKB.
I feel like Razor Bat as well. Like these heroes have to like expose themselves to try and get their damage get so punished.
So I think this Ags is actually going to be really hard for Spirit to fight into, and they're just going to keep waiting. They have to wait for the Scotty at this point.
You got to feel bad for Collapse. Starts his game queuing up a Midas. Now he doesn't even get to play with the BKB. And immediately after getting torn asunder, he queues up that plate mail, just trying to at least be, a strong enough target that he takes some time up from Aster and allows Yadro to do the damage that he needs to. 2 components of the Scotty, but 900 gold away from it. They still feel like they have to get active right now.
I think PGL had the read on this, though, so it's fine to go down.
Yeah, they'll use the coil for that even. So Team Spirit get the kill on the Phoenix.
Guess was waiting for a hook save, potentially. Gonna make sure it snapped, but I guess Pudge was showing bottoms, maybe not.
It's the point where Team Spirit tip Ori.
I think Aster's at this point they just want Exo. When you're really far ahead, there's generally not a point to forcing fights when you're not at your strongest. Because if they try to take this fight and they don't have Exorcism, that's the one fight that they could lose. And so they have everything besides that, but they're probably just waiting. The Naga's also not ever going to feel sad when he's farming. Maybe his team will feel sad because they're not getting any creeps. But the Naga's always going to be accelerating his own game.
Yeah.
And that bigger point also coming out soon is going to be that Aghanim Scepter done on Pudge. We've seen how hard it's been to sort of get away from him with these little supporty heroes, and it's going to be even worse going forward. The Scotty is completed for the Terrorblade, and we'll see if that's enough to make Team Spirit comfortable heading on in. Shadow Demon also getting close to finishing off that Aghanim Shard, so that should be an answer for the Ensnare.
The Phoenix too. No Fire Spirits on him, the Death Prophet Silence, like kind of everything. I think this TB, once they get the Shard, I'd be surprised if they don't smoke. The Koa is also coming off cooldown.
Yeah, they were kind of ready to go last time as well. Like Yadro was joined up there when they even went for that Phoenix, so certainly there. But they are going to still fight without this Aghanims here from Aster. Still feeling that strength with the Exorcism that is coming soon for Ori. But they're going through some dire vision while they're still smoked up here.
Gotta be careful. Naga Illusions scouting Miposhka. Bobica finds him. The toss back on the creep. Not what they wanted, but the Dismember is there. And that's enough to take down the Chen. And that is exactly the fight that Aster were hoping to start with.
Oh, Monet did it to him. So.
Yep.
And root during the song too now.
Yeah, that's a great little bonus there.
Silence is out. And apparently this hero still gets away. Johnstown blinks away. That was a lot used to not kill the puck. And can they get him on the round 2 of this? Doesn't quite look like it. Still jumping away. The tree, not enough damage. Yeah, this hero, it's it's very good.
He did buy a Sange, so he's a little tanky, he has the status resistance, so the stuns are a little shorter on him.
Right.
But yeah, it's a fair, fun, and balanced hero right now in this patch.
It's fun to watch, though.
It is.
So we'll take it.
I don't know if it's fun to play verse, especially if you're a support
We're not
player.
concerned about that right now.
We're here to watch and enjoy.
It's all right.
But yeah, for Spirit, their two biggest goals in these fights right now is kind of letting the TB hit heroes, which is most going to be done by Coil, and keeping the Chen alive. Because keeping the Chen alive gives you auras for the TB to get him, damage, health. But everyone else is kind of there just to enable him. Let him get his damage out, make him survive, save him with the disruption, save him with the demonic cleanse.
There is that aspect of the Pudge eggs too, though, with the health reduction, and that affects everything. That's like
it's
anything that's
life
helping
steal,
you.
heal, health regen, anything.
So we got a Chen, we got a potential Satanic coming out as well for Yadoro. So
it's all dangerous.
It looks like he's going to go for the MKB first because he noticed that Monet's going for a butterfly. So a nice read that he went for the MKB first, but they're just going to go smoke right now.
That cleanse is ready. See how much this usefulness is for Aster with all the items that they've got. Bobica, the first one that they find, but gets the blink away. XXS over to the side. They jump in. They find him. They find the Shadow Demon right at the start. He's going to fall here, and they do manage to bring him down, but Pudge also just getting melted. Song of the Siren, they have the egg available. They throw out the Sun Ray. They're not canceling the song. They turn now onto the egg, stunned for the moment, but the egg is gone, and they have Sunder available. If they can't keep this silence going, XXS, a good use there of the Lotus Orb, but instead he just does it on Collapse. Oh no, for Aster, it was all supposed to go better than that, but Team Spirit, they just come out on top.
I think it kind of shows this Pudge Terrorblade matchup. This guy exploded. He really low armor. He didn't even take the armor talent at level 10, so he just got chewed up by the Terrorblade. I think the Naga tried to save him with Song, but he died too fast.
Yeah, he was like outside of the zone as well. It feels like they weren't able to synergize their abilities over that song as well, right? With like the egg explosion into like some sort of a secondary engagement. The fight just kind of ended.
Yeah, usually you can try to use the egg in the middle of the song so that they have even less time before it explodes. So you kind of get it's the stun more so, but...
And what's, it started pretty good because he hits this big silence on everyone. So I'm like, okay, there's like no instant saves or anything, but it's just immediate like Manta BKB, turn on the Pudge, he's just dead. And so like your frontliner's gone and the fight starts to break apart. And that coil to delay as well in the Naga Siren was clutch.
Now Ori got a little bit gone on there, but they won't manage to quite find Amira. Demonic's Cleanse, the Hurricane keeps him fine.
What a cool creep. Every time I see that spell, it just looks cool.
Somebody did it, and then everybody started doing it. That's what happened. It like became the cool creep to get.
Yeah, you see all like the Dooms will go like down a cliff or up a cliff when they're running
it's just
away.
Style points. That's all it is. They just try
I feel
to
like
bait
people
you.
put themselves in position to do it, even if they don't need to.
Yes, they do.
They'll like
they do. 100%.
They'll walk into a corner just to do it because they can.
That's fair.
I mean, I feel the same way with Tumblr Toy. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Earlier, I have to bring this up, Gunnar. You seemed like when we were talking about Puck, and I just heard you say it in your voice, I felt like I could just hear this barely contained rage of all these Puck games that you've played against. I don't know what it is, but every time I see
it's not rage. It's more so you just have to hear people complain about it all the time.
Gotcha.
So you just kind of accept it as it's something to be complained about. It's like even if you don't personally feel it, everyone feels it. It has this high win rate. It gets picked every game.
I see.
You just have to accept it and just move on.
Oh, might have another round, another battle going in here.
They did see the smoke.
Ori jumps forward, not able to find him. Oh, the Lotus was right there. Toronto Tokyo finds the backlines, collapse right on top of Ori. Yadoro still showing up a bit late to this fight, but with the egg already popped, this could look really bad. The coil there onto 2, toss back with the disruption save, and now turns their sights onto the DP, starting to drop low, but actually able to survive through it. They just need to run, though. There's no way you can take this fight now. Everything has been used. They want to chase. Collapse finds one. It is the Phoenix trying to get out of here, but the Link is out. And that is going to be a dead bird. So everything used, and Spirit right into the pit.
Nice early Roshan spawn for Team Spirit, and yeah, Aster has no teamfight spells. They use their egg, they use their deep heal, they use their song. He'll buy back, but this looks like a really hard fight for them to take. Especially with how fast Roche is dying.
It's just gone.
Yeah.
That was a little bit of desperation there, hoping they can make something happen, but it's just not going to be there. And so the tips are flying. It's Team Spirit feeling good about the position they're in after a bit of a frustrating laning stage in mid-game. They're starting to look really solid here.
It looked like Aster kind of felt like they had the situation under control when they were all hiding behind the Roche pit and they threw down some sentries. They had generally good vision around the area, but this ward near the Roche pit sort of caught this play they were making, and that's why they were positioned up the ramp like that from Team Spirit, and had that like the phase shift even before the blink came out when Ori jumped up there.
Team Spirit has really aggressive positioning a lot of the time, and it's really nice. It's always on a high ground. They always bait people into them. And when you walk up these hills, walk up these ramps, and they kind of see you first, the fights gets really hard at that point. The win rate now, it's looking a little. You kind of flip to the other side.
Yeah. A little bit. It's a truth. We'll see if it ends up mattering, if it continues that way, or if Aster can find some salvation. I mean, again, you think about Nagasar, and you think about this hero just taking over a game. And becoming a menace in the late stages, but
well,
Terrorblade's also there.
She's getting the item though, the heart. You know, that is where it certainly feels very troublesome for a lot of the heroes to deal with these illusions.
This is kind of getting to the scary phase for some of these heroes on Aster, though. They have the Pudge, he's tanky, but he's not tanky enough.
Yeah.
This Naga, she does a lot of damage, but it's not enough to kind of push people out of the fight. She'll enter a fight, and whoever she roots, the Shadow Demon purges, they walk away. Whoever she goes on, the Chen has so much heal, the Puck has all this AoE with the Razor that these illusions can die. So maybe with the Heart they won't, but it's getting to the point where these heroes are kind of they're feeling like they're not doing enough. They're not kind of beating this death ball that Spirit has.
And how can they try and find this Shadow Demon as well in the backline? That's not really something that they're necessarily built for.
No, because like you said, it's 4,200 gold that's on the Naga Siren that's just not doing anything when that net gets immediately purged off.
Yeah, it was a really nice read by Mira to buy the shard or even pick the Shadow Demon.
Yeah,
I think it's really nice. It's a really cool idea. Versus it says a lot of the Nagas. This Ag's kind of.
Oh no! Oh, he tried to big brain it, and well, sometimes it goes the other way. As Toronto Tokyo is there, they've tried to TP out. And finds a freebie. That was unfortunate.
Space.
Yeah, there you go, space.
Space for my Naga Siren.
Naga is my heart, guys. He'll get a Bloodthorn and we'll win.
Okay.
But yeah, this Scotty timing for TB, it turned out to be really strong. It counters, I think, 3, if not 4 heroes on Aster. And it's just going to be really hard for them to keep playing versus TB. And they're going to probably wait. This Bloodthorn does give them a chance. If they catch a hero, the Shadow Demon's not close, they'll kill the hero instantly due to the Bloodthorn.
See if we can actually see this like song into egg combo as well. Like release the song, the egg pops, maybe then with the Sunray afterwards they can find something. Because Naga Siren, you just need them in place, and the damage can be absolutely ridiculous when you get these stuns.
Yeah, I mean, you think about that last fight that we saw in the river. If the difference that comes out if it was Naga Siren sleep into the egg actually popping, maybe you win that fight. Maybe you get the Aegis, and instead we're in a different position. Aster needing to come up with these answers. At least they got Midas's.
The other big timing is this Puck Octarine is coming shortly, and that's going to be really scary for Aster because they don't really have many stuns. They have Pudge, who can go in kind of, but he has so much save from the either Terrorblade just straight up killing him or the Shadow Demon disrupting, or Tiny. That's it. That's the only things you have for this Puck. And it's going to start getting really hard, really fast for them to deal with him.
Satanic completed.
Yeah, so now he's got double Dispel as well as a Shadow Demon save to be there.
Very, very strong.
I've seen this Demon Zeal picked up a lot more at this tournament. The second Roche, the Terrorblade teams, they just give the shard to the Terrorblade.
Yeah, I love Demon Zeal.
I think it's really good, but in the past, a lot of the TB players just didn't like the shard because of the damage it would do to you. But I think now, especially that it does a purge, which is really good. It can remove the net, and also just that he's buying Scotty or Satanic, and he's a Chen with all this healing. It doesn't matter. It's just a buff now.
Dude, it sets up the Sunder. That's the key, right?
The Sunder, the Armlet, Sunder Dagon.
Exactly.
Maybe he'll sell his items.
Yeah. I have actually seen that in pubs. Yeah.
It works, right?
You just sell them all. Yeah.
The game ends pretty quickly.
Sometimes they misclick
The
Shadow
throne will
Amulet,
explode.
though. It's kind of sad.
33 minutes. 15-15, but the game definitely into the favor of Team Spirit. The Aegis just now about to expire, and we'll see where they decide to go next. But this Blink Dagger picked up on Shadow Demon. Mira can stay even further back now.
I'm so much greedier than Mira. I would have went for the high ground ward. He did like the in-between, the tier 3 and the tier 2, but with the Aether Lens, I thought he'd opt for it. But
Orchid, done. They spot him. Hook. Oh, they find the Shadow Demon. That is not bad. A good way to start the fight. Now they toss him right into it. Aster says, we want this fight no matter what. They throw out the Sunder, round 1. XXS pops the BKB, still ready for that chase. Yadro just turns and says, okay, fight me. Why not? Oh, they bit off more than they could chew there. It was the
coil. It held back his teammates.
And now collapse, toss, Ava, egg down. Do they have enough? The song is there, but the follow-up, not quite sure if it's going to be enough. So Team Spirit, they pop meta, get the kill onto the Death Prophet, and then can just go back about their merry ways.
It looks so hard for them to actually get on this Terrorblade. Anytime this DP chased way too far, instantly dies, and now this fight they're all running away, but they get coiled, so they get slowed down. They feel forced to egg, and they song, but they're not close enough for the egg to explode on them, and there's just... This Terrorblade's really scary. I don't know how they kind of stand up to him. They need this maybe a Sheep on the Phoenix, maybe to burst him. He's about 2,000 gold away.
Okay.
That's probably their next big timing.
He's been looking for that all game.
It's first item.
Yep.
And the Pudge is going to have a Lotus, which will kind of help him man up, because even if he... Right now, he'll get sundered by the Terrorblade if he starts winning. So the Lotus will actually save him from the Sunder. He can use it on himself for the Razor that he can't get linked or purged by the Shadow Demon. So these items will come through for Aster, and they're always going to have a chance. They have these really percentage-based damage heroes in the Death Prophet and the Phoenix, and they never run out of damage. They're always going to kill you at some point.
They have Pudge Tiny as well. We got the repositioning heroes, maybe just hit something good or get a save on your Phoenix.
I love just statements, just hit the hook down.
Yes.
Yeah. Just toss him into my fountain.
Yeah.
That's very good.
How hard can it be?
They're just the best. As Phoenix dies there, had the dive on cooldown and gets punished. Trying to get some D-ward action, but it did not come out in time. Collapse, queuing up another one of these perseverances. Might be seeing that refresher soon.
Yep, that'll be his last 400 gold for this refresher orb, and then the Razor refresher is just some crazy timing. Ever since that started getting discovered and started getting bought, this hero just looked from, he's okay. He's an anti-carrier of sorts. He'll steal your damage to, oh, he killed your team. He had 12 seconds of BKB and he killed your team in those 12 seconds.
Yeah, that's why they're picking it first phase. Not bad.
All right, well, it's coming together. Phoenix may be dead, but the Bloodthorn's alive. Got
no more
damage.
Midas.
Oh, did he sell
The
it?
value of the Midas is gone now.
No.
Sold for Bloodthorn. But yeah, the saving grace right now for Aster is this Naga. Even though itself hasn't looked like particularly amazing, he's done a great job in the end of the game, but it's looked really hard for man up, is that he's cut all these lanes.
Yep.
So that they kind of always have space to play. And that's why they're able to make these moves, successful or not. It's because the Naga is able to cut all these creeps.
Just need it to be successful now for Aster, and easy peasy.
They need to look for both the TV and the Shadow Demon almost simultaneously, which is going to be a really hard ask.
Yeah, I think that's the last time we see Mira get hooked, honestly. I feel like he was such a weird position he was in, where he's running back after this scouting mission.
Through a small hill.
Yeah, and it was just kind of random, so it's very unlikely for that to happen again.
Did just see the Hex queued up for the Terrorblade, so he'll have another answer to deal with this.
I think he's just bored. He has too many items.
Yeah,
apparently.
I think so.
I don't know.
He's going to be 6 slotted. He doesn't care Ags. He doesn't care, boots. Just another... No Abyssal either. Just kind of just wants a Sheep. The Puck also now has a Aeon Disc and the Octarine Core. And a Spell Prism just dropped for the side of Spirit.
Yeah, okay.
So
All right. That's just great.
it might be one of those Puck games soon.
God. Yeah, that's dirty.
On the bright side, they do have the net that if they do stun the Puck once, maybe they got something extra.
That's true.
When the Aeon Disc pops.
When the Aeon Disc popped and there's no Shadow Demon nearby.
And no Chen save.
Exactly.
We're
But outside of those factors, there's something.
Outside of those factors, it might work.
So Roshan spawn, this is probably going to be a really big fight. If Aster wins this fight, the game is just going to be open. I don't know if it'll end, because the heroes don't particularly end the game that well outside of the Death Prophet. So the game will go on for maybe 10-15 minutes more if they lose this fight. But if Spirit gets this Aegis, even with the Refresher Orb, which is actually really good for Terrorblading this type of game.
Or the Razor,
Or the Razor for 3, yeah.
Got everybody.
Puck too. I don't know if Puck needs it. He
That's
has 30% cooldown reduction. I think he can handle no refresher.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
He did give the Spell Prism over to Yadaro, who's still got it for now. But might change that up. But as you said, this Roche fight that's coming up, this could be what it all comes down to here. And Monet, the one that's out front and center, they're sending in illusions, but over to the side, they jump immediately. Monet gets caught. The song is there. Gain a little bit of interruption, but the double BKB, they hook him out, but can't get the Dismember for round 2. TP's away from him to get back to the fountain, in fact. So it's going to be a long time before he comes back into position. They get the disruption after, and Ori's just got to run. There's no way out. The Fear onto the Terrablaze, down low the Sunder onto the Chen. And with 3 dead and no buyback, this opens up Roche for Team Spirit. And in fact, Tokyo still chasing, wants to get another kill, goes on in for the punish and then gets out. Or does he? Oh, Toronto Tokyo tries to run, phase shift, has blink. Yeah, he's good. He's out.
Yeah, this reminds me of the last game where we saw Monet, he'd try to man up, and then he'd have to TP out every single fight as the Monkey King.
Yep.
And it looks like it's happening again. This Razor presses BKB or fresh BKB, and now you can't fight this. You have to TP out. And once the carry TP's out of a fight, it kind of leaves your team lost. Like, you don't know if you should fight, you should run, you don't want to give up the Roche, and the fights get really awkward.
Who needs cheese? Not Team Spirit. They're going to leave it there.
They have enough healing. They have Chen. They have Vlads. They're good. Satanic.
I mean, this is just so depressing. TP out.
He's just too strong. It's a bad way to start a fight, man. Collapse just BKB'd and linking onto your heroes.
Even when this egg pops, the fights always just look hard. These eggs pop. It does little to no damage. It stuns maybe one hero, and Aster always you feel the need to go in on it.
Back in the world, they jump, they find the disruption to try and keep them alive a bit longer. But they are not too concerned. Terrorblade Illusions knocking on the front door, and we saw Team Spirit just try and close it out around an Aegis. They're going to take their time on this one. Still 40 minutes in, but the capacity to throw is always there.
Collapse does have the refresher shard as well here. So
yeah,
this is it. This is the Hail Mary here from Aster. No egg for 10 seconds. Exorcism not here for 40. This is a no exorcism fight coming out on the map.
The first one they find, the net is there. He's away from his team. Yadaro in trouble. Silence trying to bring him down, and they get him. That's one time. Can they get it on the second round? Do they even want to go for it? The egg pops right at the perfect moment. They have the Lotus, though, trying to bring him down. Avatos, but the Force tosses him back into the fray. Yadaro down low. Sunder, but it's not enough to keep him all the way alive. Turns the Fear. They try and bring him down, but it's not going to happen. He is too strong on that Terrorblade. Monet runs away, but Collapse right on top of him. As the BKB wears off, he doesn't care. Lotus Orb to take it off of him. And Monet still in trouble. TP's back home at his freaking base. The Hex is out. He's gone.
That's his series, man, you know? Just TPing back to the fountain.
And no salvation even there, as they don't have creeps in the base, which is the only good thing you can really say at this point. But okay, they're just going through backdoor. All right. Who needs backdoor protection when you got a Terrorblade?
Toronto Tokyo was pinging the wave. It was you know, it's fine.
That fight was really scary because I think Terrorblade was their worst jump. He is the Aegis. He's so hard to kill, but they brought him down to 300 HP.
We actually saw the Pudge working, right? With
heal?
The rod there, the heal reduction was happening there. Like, Chen was trying his best to get him there, and they were so close again. And even that last fight up in the Radiant Ancients, they also got Yado very low when the Fear came out too, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Just a little extra. That they're just missing that little extra damage. Whether it's this like 27,000 gold lead, we'll never know. But
yeah,
well, and they're definitely not missing the damage on Team Spirit. That Terrorblade is just so farmed, and the fight, what could have been, you know, what could have been. That's what they're going to be thinking.
I like how he was just standing there too when it all started. You know, he was like hanging out.
I think he probably had the same read that he was. If they use everything to kill him once, he's just going to spawn and kill them all again.
Yeah.
But the egg timing was almost perfect with the stun on the Aegis.
Yeah, and the way they were like pulling him through too to sort of like give it a little bit of a longer window as well.
I think Mira was there, and he probably portrait clicked on the Terrorblade for the save there, because had it going the entire time with the Demonic Cleanse. And again, a last grasp for Aster. They keep trying to hold this game on, as they will smoke forward with 4, head into their own jungle. The Chen is over here along with the Razor, but they're playing it very safe.
Mira has reached it.
The Ags.
He's got the Aghanims.
Oh, God.
So 3 demonic cleanses and 3 demonic purges.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
The break isn't too spectacular this game.
True.
It's like the Naga
Yeah.
he will break, but I think it's more so that he's going to purge heroes over and over, or he's going to purge 3 different heroes and the TB is going to hit them. Because as I was saying earlier, the only thing that they have to do is let the TB hit heroes. That's all you have to do with this hero. He's kind of like a tower that walks forward, and if you get in range of him, you're not going to survive.
Yeah, you are dead.
So the Chen's going to heal him, and the rest of you just got to slow him down.
Just wait till he pulls out his pocket scythe.
That's
when
true.
you're really in trouble.
Has the
It is a
BKB
pocket.
already. The coil is down. They connect the heal. They try and keep him alive. It's not going to happen. Too much control. The buyback from Bobica. They pop the song from Monet, try and link up Collapse, but he is still chasing, still hunting, finding targets left, right, and center. The Hex, it's not going to last long enough. As the chase is there, Maposhka trying to beat down the egg. So too will Yatoro. They clean that one up. The Purge on the Death Prophet, and one after another, they will fall.
The pocket scythe is out.
It's there. Dropping
Go,
items.
Yatoro.
Collapse. Oh, with no regard for human life. He just drops his items. His GG is called. That's what you get for messing up my lane.
He steals the Midas.
That's true.
Very important.